presented by Roback. We're going to get into this cast in just a moment. Summer is here, and there's no better way to spend it than with Roback. I got the little Roback dog on right now. You guys know how much we love Roback, and the only way to describe it is feel the best fit, best comfort, best feel. Very stretchy, too, so it's, moisture wicking. Very, very nice. Finally, Roback has made its way getting the shorts. They got gym shorts, joggers, everyday shorts. They're the definition of comfort and made for activity. So whether it's a chilly summer morning or a hot day, Roback bottoms are your answer. Use code YAK, Y-A-K, on Roback.com for 20% off your first purchase through the end of this week. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all polos, hoodies, shorts, and more. Code YAK. So we got a different cast and crew today. I didn't really know what I was expecting this morning. I thought we were going to do just a booth show, maybe Sass. I see Stanko giving me the stank eye from the way corner. I thought we were going to do just a booth show maybe, and maybe Sass would be here. So Roan is moving. The rest, Nick and KB, it is Monkey Boy Night in
Nashua.
I don't even know what state that's in.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, okay. So they're there with Clemmer tonight for Monkey Boy Day. Brandon is, I know he's in Chicago, but he had an obligation today, and Big Cat also had something today. So we did it here, and we've got Gia to my left, returning favorite. We've got the Wonton Don over here.
How are you?
From Parts Unknown.
Yep.
And then the Six God himself, Michael Greer.
What's up?
Everyone's favorite Canadian, the Vibes guy on Out of Order, which is awesome. I watch it every I don't want to say every week because it's, every 3 weeks, every month?
Every month, yeah. Once a month.
How'd you get involved in that?
Owen just asked. he was like, I think you'd be good for like contributing ideas and stuff, and I really got nothing else to contribute. I can't do camera, I can't edit, I can't do anything, so that's why they gave me Vibes. I feel kind of dirty every time I see I'm even credited on it, but
do you contribute ideas or do you only contribute Vibes?
I try to contribute ideas, yeah, I do, but those mostly come from the more talented people on the crew than myself.
Okay. Do you grab people coffees?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I should, though. I tried vlogging for a little bit, and that didn't work out at all. On the shoot for the Welcome to Moe's sketch, I brought a camera, and like everything vlog worthy, I just didn't have the camera out ever. Like Feidelberg would turn and be like, "Did you get that for the vlog?" And I'd be like, "No, I didn't. I missed everything." So yeah, there's no vlog incoming, at least not manned by me.
Okay. Well, that is a very fun production. So it's you, Owen, Mikey, Pavs kind of behind the scenes. Is that right? Or is there anyone else? Tyler Miller?
Tyler Miller, Nick Hamilton, Jake Bass. There's a guy named Chris Arnold who does the sound, who doesn't work here, but I don't know how Owen found him, but good guy. And a few others I'm sure I'm forgetting right now.
It's nice. Very nice. And Donnie, what is your plan? I feel like no one ever knows where you're a nomad, but you're moving to Chicago.
I am a nomad, but I have been based in New York for the last year.
Yes.
But yeah, the end of August, I will be moving out to Chicago. I got to get married first in like 2 weeks or something. And then afterwards,
Ireland?
Yeah. Ireland.
Oh my gosh.
And then afterwards, yeah, heading straight to Chicago.
Who won the bracket, whatever thing we were calling it this year?
So I've heard some things about that.
You invited those winners to your wedding because with it they got a trip.
I did say that before I saw the teams who won. Then kind of retracted that. But I was trying to work out a deal because the winners of that got a free trip to Ireland
whenever they won it.
I talked to Nadu, and he was like, "I'm not really trying to go to Ireland." And I was like, well, how about I just like pay you a little and then you let me take your spot because like you get a free trip for you and a +1. I was like, I would take that. But then I heard that the teams had to travel all together and like all at the same time. But speaking of which, the people who won,
Is there more than 2 teams?
Yeah, I think 2 teams won.
Okay.
Jeff Nadeau no longer works at the company.
Sure.
Chris Castellani won. He's sober, so I don't think it makes sense for him to go to a whiskey distillery. Casey won, but she has a young kid, so I don't know if she can go. Content Kim won.
Okay.
I don't know if she's going. Reegs won, and I know Reegs really wants to go to Ireland.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if I can talk about. They may have like reached out to PFT and they're like, "Can you sub in for some of these people who can't go?"
Gotcha.
I would have assumed all those people were already in your wedding party, to be honest.
Yeah, that is a ragtag group of people.
Yeah, it was like hands down the most random teams. Oh, also Katie Stats won.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, is she going? Who knows?
I don't know. But speaking of going, there is a guy who's going on the Corn Ferry Tour today as a caddy. Jersey Jerry. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I didn't understand it. Like, respectfully to the golfer and to Jerry, but like, does that guy just suck and he has no chance at going to the PGA Tour? That's the only reason I could, or he's already very secured going, because I don't get this. Like, caddy's an important thing.
Yeah. Booth
That's
fan,
a sick picture.
maybe you guys can correct me, but did his there's got
Wait, can someone explain to me
odds.
I mean,
the
what's
significance of Corn Ferry? So you need to.
the minor league for the PGA.
Okay, so if you win, you get to go to the PGA. Or
I think top 30 in their season, and it's like coming down to the end, from what I understand. So that's why I'm surprised that a guy's like, I haven't looked up where he is in the standings, so maybe that would tell the story. But
he went -1 through 9, and then Jerry retired.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Is that good or bad?
Wait, Jerry retired?
or was he?
I think he was relieved of his duties after 9 holes.
Okay.
Because he
Why?
was not good, or because he
You
didn't
guys
want to
won
do it?
under. That's pretty good, right?
I didn't get fired, so Caddy felt better and wanted to. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
So what's the most important thing
okay.
a caddy does? Is it the reads on the greens, like telling you like, oh, it's gonna roll this way, or is it because?
I think they're supposed to be familiar with the course, but also obviously carrying the bags and stuff like that.
And don't they tell
Yeah,
you?
well,
like,
you
what
don't have to be
clubs
that
you
skilled to
could use?
carry
Yeah.
a bag, but I guess, and then you also like, I guess the caddy is like, oh, I think you should use this club, but
Yeah.
I'm sure like all of the golfers in Corn Ferry like know what club they want to use.
I mean, every course is different. The only knowledge I really have of this, Daniel Rappaport tweeted out before, because I think he's playing in this, was that his caddy like made like a notebook of every hole and like kind of like he drew out what the hole looked like and like where you want to hit the ball ideally. So that can certainly be an advantage if you have that.
Caddying is like the best job to have when you're younger. Like I feel like all my guy friends would caddy and they would make
Oh yeah,
like thousands of dollars.
yeah.
So in China, all of the caddies are 40-year-old women.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. They're all like
is there a specific?
I don't know how I
40s.
feel about that.
there's not like a single male caddy in China. It's
That's
just,
so interesting.
By
Yeah.
choice?
I doubt it.
it's just like that's if you're a 40-year-old woman looking for a job.
Do they tip the same way in China as they do in America, or?
I didn't play a lot of golf in China, but for food you don't tip.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think I left a single tip the entire like 8 years I was there.
right,
just-
yeah.
And then one time I accidentally left the equivalent of 50 cents on my table, and I was walking out and I was maybe 2 blocks away and someone chased me down out of the restaurant, was like, "You left this."
Wow,
Yeah, so they really don't fuck with tips.
that's interesting. 40-year-old women.
That is cool. When we were out at the combine with PMT, we went to a driving range and we met some people that Big Cat knew. And one of these guys, they were like, I guess like a little bit older than us in finance. He was saying that his brother-in-law, he got married like very young, like out of college, and his sister was a little bit older, so she was married. And he was a amateur golfer, and his caddy, similar to I guess Jerry's or this guy, got sick. So he was like, "Hey, would you mind caddying for me this weekend? You don't have to do anything. I know the course. Just kind of hold the bag and whatever." So he was like, "Sure, yeah, no problem." This guy won the tournament. So what you don't realize is when the guy wins a tournament, he's winning, a ton of money. The caddy gets a cut of that. So he's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, wow.
I got like 65 grand as
Holy
like a
shit.
22-year-old,
That's sick.
like basically
great.
cash.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it seems like a pretty sweet gig. I was hoping Jerry was gonna last, but I guess this guy saw the action his dude was getting and was like, better hurry back into the office. Speaking of The Office, Nikki Smokes, first week. Coming in hot, a very polarizing character already.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter, Nate was like, can someone blog about something that's not Barbie or Nick Smokes? And I was confused about who Nick Smokes was. TJ kind of gave me the rundown about him. And I don't know how I feel about him, to be honest.
I mean, he certainly got a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And he took advantage of it. But how are you? I mean, he's super divisive. I saw
He's
Kareem's
in the
blog.
Chicago office now, right?
So he got a 1-year deal. I don't know when that started, but he just started appearing. I heard that he was going to move to Chicago. I didn't know that was official.
Okay.
I think his first day was Monday. I don't know if that's like officially or first day in the Chicago office. I don't know the backstory there. But I think this is his first week, or at least his first week really on the map. He's certainly been making an impression.
It was his birthday yesterday, too. I don't know if you saw that.
And Jerry took him out for his birthday, which was very nice. Thing. But Donnie, you've been here for a while. What do you think of a new guy coming in this hot?
Yeah, so I don't really know the guy at all. I haven't seen.
I don't think anybody does.
I haven't seen any content he's been in, but I think just people are sort of upset that he just got like a 100K contract.
Sure.
Solely based off a bet, but I guess you can't really blame him for that. Like,
yeah,
Dave made the bet. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are some people here not getting paid 100K, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
Controversial.
But I think controversy can help you at this company. So, yeah, he might be able to ride the controversy for a while and make a name for himself. We'll see.
Gru, you've been here for more than a while. I remember interviewing you.
Yeah, you did.
I always thought you were a producer.
I did,
Cow
yeah.
futures?
I did agricultural futures before coming here, yeah.
I remember you explained it to me a very, very long time ago in one of those like side rooms where I like interviewed you very like unofficially.
Yeah. I basically had the job, and it was just like meeting people. We mostly talked about like where I should live.
Okay, yeah,
that's when I felt it was like a done deal, where we were talking about where I should move to. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in content. I'm not gonna like shit talk anyone. I'm not the only thing I'd say is like the crying on camera thing. I was like, ugh. Like you're not crying over Jalen Ramsey. Enough of that.
Did he actually cry?
I think.
I didn't see that.
Know. It was kind of cringeworthy, but other than that, I don't really care about like.
Speaking of someone,
what's he supposed to do? Not accept the contract?
Right.
Speaking of someone who kind of used controversy to ride the way to the top, nobody knew who you were until someone posted a photo of you passed out on the streets of Nantucket. Dave was like,
"True,
this is our data guy," and then you kind of just like
used
that, and like now
I wouldn't say I used that.
Content.
I tried to ignore that for the most part.
Wait, did Dave tweet it?
Yeah, Dave retweeted that and was like, "This is our data guy," which is the awesome thing about working at Barstool Sports, because if that happens at any other company, you're fired immediately.
Yeah, and I did not feel great about that when it went out. I was heading back from Nantucket, and like I was like, oh fuck, like I'm fucked when I go in tomorrow, and everyone was just laughing about it. So that fortunately turned out all right for me. Stu would use it in like presentations.
Your manager.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
A year or two afterwards, he'd be like, "This data is brought to you by this guy,"
That's so
like
funny.
before starting it. So yeah, it worked out all right. But yeah, in terms of Nikki Smokes, it's just I don't know. We'll see how it goes. He's fucking 5 days in. He's getting so much shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like he has like more people that don't like him than people that do like him, which is hard to.
I think that's okay. Like, if you don't have haters, you don't have fans. He's got a lot of people. You know, if you're reading his blog and getting pissed about it, you're reading his blog.
No,
like,
totally.
Kind of
and I feel like at
you hope-
Barstool, like, you want like the hate clicks just as much as you want like the clicks from people that you like.
Yeah, it's all
good press for you.
right.
Yeah.
I subscribe to the any publicity is good publicity. So in my mind, like what
Shout out
he's doing.
publicity.
Maybe though, like seeing
Except
as
for maybe.
Dave.
Any publicity is good publicity except publicity.
Jesus Christ, Jay.
But seeing as Dave made the bet, and Dave's based in Miami now, Nikki Smokes was based in Miami, I feel like Dave should have just made him like #1 employee at Barstool Miami instead of then just like pawning him off to Big Cat and being like, he's your guy now.
Whatever
It's
happened?
kind of funny when you think about it.
Because weren't you in the running to be like Miami? Did you make a presentation or was that fake?
No, that was like, I guess they did that for the Dave Portnoy show as like a joke. They were like, "Oh, who'd be interested in living in Miami?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Me?" Like,
I threw my name in the hat,
like,
too.
yes.
why not? And then I think Kareem texted me or something. And he's like, you're gonna go on the Dave Portnoy show tomorrow. Make sure to dress up. And I'm like, I'm not that fucking dumb, Kareem. I'm not gonna come in like a suit tomorrow. But yeah, they were just like doing potential Barstool Miami things, but it was all just basically a joke.
But
Yeah.
that was. But there was always kind of a serious faction where Dave talked about getting a crew down there, which would include
He wanted,
Clemmer.
Clemmer.
maybe
Nadeau.
Nadeau. And then I think you were in that, no?
I don't know, not when he was talking about it in that context.
Okay.
It was like the very early on, like
Okay.
Dave Portnoy show thing.
Yeah, I feel like with this the new guy, he could have just started that. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
so we'll see what is going on in Chicago. Booth guys, we are Connor. So Connor Griffin, who's been on the show several times, runs Yak Stats and Info. You're moving tomorrow?
Monday.
Sunday?
Monday. Today's my last day in the office, but then I move
Sad.
all my stuff. Yeah, Monday, which is pretty crazy.
I had planned like a little like behind the scenes, so I'm glad that you're here. Give like some people, some Yak people at home, an idea of kind of what you do, because you've been a huge help since you joined the show.
Thank you.
And I'm pumped that you're moving to Chicago, but give kind of people an idea of what you do.
Yeah, I run the socials. Well, Twitter, we have a bunch of people helping out with the Twitter, but Instagram, TikTok, all we post on YouTube, Facebook. I don't know how many people are on Facebook in our audience, but if you are, go follow us on Facebook. Follow us on all of our socials, as always. But I'm posting on there. We have a great team of people on graphics, DJ, Daniel Johnson, one of them. Obviously, Garrett, Quiggs, Will Sparks, bunch of people who help out, and they'll contribute. But I'll post all that. I cut all the clips.
You do Yak history, right?
Yak history, which has taken a little bit of a backseat. I want to make that page a lot better. But there's just been a lot going on, especially now with the show going like 2 hours a day, every day. There's a lot to edit. There's a lot to take in. But yeah, that's for the most part what I do.
Do you edit the clips?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, when KB was like, who's editing these clips of me with my hands on my pants? Like, that was me. And yes, I was fully aware that his hand was, right there. And I was like, I'm not cutting this out. Like, this is funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I do that, all that type of stuff.
In your defense, he's wearing the shortest shorts possible.
Yeah.
And he was literally grabbing his penis for half of that dialogue.
That's one thing that I'm hoping to do this weekend. I don't know if I'll get around to it because I have to finish packing
Grab
and
your
everything.
penis?
No. I think
Giving it a tug.
I remember certain times where he was doing that in other clips, and I want to put together like a whole compilation, but I
Touching
don't know if I'll
penis
get the time.
compilation.
What?
Touching penis compilation.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's already got that in his personal files. Now he's gonna get it to the world.
He does.
Maybe he just really had to pee. Like, there are times when I'm walking the streets of New York and really have to piss, and the only thing I can do to prevent myself from peeing my pants is just grab my dick, and I feel so awkward for like a few blocks, and I'm like, everyone just probably thinks I'm a pervert. Like, it looks like I'm just like
That's the only
giving myself
thing.
an over the pants hand job. When I really have to pee, sometimes I do just have to grab my dick.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
That's
It
interesting.
helps, but it does not look good.
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
You guys have all been New York residents for the most part for a while. What's the wildest thing you've seen on the street of New York? I remember one time I was walking down the street and I saw a guy. It was 57th Street and long block between 9th and 10th. And it was just me and him. He was at least 70 yards away from me. But I saw him open up his fly and just start pissing and walking towards me across the street.
Oh, no.
And he looked like a normal functioning adult. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday.
Oh, God.
So it was an odd time, but
Damn.
that was one of the weirder things that I had seen.
When I was walking to work from my old apartment, which was across the street from the Port Authority bus terminal, so it wasn't the best spot. It was like 10 in the morning, and I think it was like the corner of 8th and like 34th, like a busy corner, like by Penn Station, like MSG there. And you know those like little bodegas that are outside, like on the sidewalk? We have one right outside the office.
Yeah.
There was a guy there
Newsstands.
threatening the dude inside with a knife, and then the guy came out to confront him, and he just had an umbrella, and he was like fighting him off. And I was turning down that way, and then I'm like, fuck no, not that way. And I went across the street, and there was a police officer across the street, and I was like, yo, there's some guy over there like trying to stab a guy, and he could not have given less of a fuck. I feel like he must run that corner, and that's something that he sees pretty regularly. Like that guy just fights off the dude with an umbrella, and he did. The guy won with the umbrella.
Fuck yeah.
An umbrella would be great to have because you can just like, if he starts like swinging it, you can open it up.
That's a good point too. He didn't pull that
Shield.
move. It just gave him distance, and the guy eventually just gave up.
I also didn't take you as a snitch.
I fucking saw a guy trying to stab him. I'm not. What am that? Is that my boy on the corner trying to stab the guy? Like, oh yeah, I got to protect that dude. And then the only other thing is I saw a guy just like couple guys just tying off and shooting up like in the middle of the day.
Yeah, that's like.
Of course, by my old apartment. So that would be the two things.
I saw a woman up against a door. She was squatting, and I was walking by, and a poop fell out of her butt. And I really turned my head so quick, and I was like, I don't think I saw that. I don't think I saw what I saw, but I saw what I saw. So that was probably the grossest thing I've ever seen. Just a woman taking a dump. It was at like 2 a.m., I would say. I was walking home from a bar. I thought it was hallucinating, but unfortunately, it was very real.
A crazy thing, I was in Chicago last weekend, and New York subways are known for being crazy. Like, I've seen people jacking off on those, but one thing I've never seen on New York subways is just people smoking blunts and cigarettes in the subway car.
And they do that in Chicago.
I was riding the subway in Chicago. There were 2 blunts in rotation on the subway, and then one guy just smoking a cigarette. And the fucking place was hazy as fuck. I could barely see.
Yeah. Then you get like secondhand high. You're like, God damn it. No.
Yeah. No, I had to wait for the subway to stop and change cars because I was getting extremely lightheaded.
Was this at like a very late time of night?
No, this was the middle of the afternoon.
Really?
Where it's like if you're on your way to a job interview or something, like I was on my way to the Barstool office, so it didn't matter. But if you were like on there for more than 5 minutes, you were gonna leave the subway reeking of weed and cigarettes. So yeah,
not an ideal way. In the beginning of the day, that's a wild move. It's like late at night, like that's not
that
most outrageous thing ever. But
I feel like they probably weren't on their way to work.
The closest thing I saw to that is I just saw someone like rolling a joint on the subway, like a full ass rolling tray. Like he had everything.
Yeah. Well, hey, weed's legal in New York now.
Yeah.
So.
in the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I see people all the time.
There's like there's new weed stores on the street every day, and they all have like the most absurd names, and they all are like super nice. Like I'm like, where?
I can never
is
tell
this
if they're
coming
legal
from?
or not.
I know,
they
me
kinda
too.
existed before.
Sometimes there'll be the big signs that say like this location has been seized for illegal activity,
Yeah.
but it'll still be open. There'll just be a huge sign on the
Yeah, it
front
makes
door
no
that says
sense. It's like, and they all have like the most absurd names, like Zaza, like
Yes, they do.
like light up signs.
That was a thing in Toronto for a while too. Like weed wasn't legal yet, but there were weed stores everywhere, and like every couple months you'd hear about all these seized. And they would literally put these massive fucking cinder blocks in front of the door to prevent people from going in, like this wide, this tall. And then like a couple days later, they'd be gone and they'd just be operating again. And nobody would do anything about it until they decided to do something about it.
Yeah.
And the cycle would just continue. I don't understand how that happens, but
There's actually a 60 Minutes story on weed stores and like also, I guess technically not weed, but like the Delta 8 type stuff and all that.
Yeah.
There's a very high barrier to entry. Like it's very expensive to open one of those stores, and the profit margin's like not that great.
I know, which is
So
like,
you have to be like established for a while, and you can make good money doing it.
Yeah.
But you have to build up a client base and like be there for a long time.
Totally.
It's just very difficult to start. So
yeah, I feel like in New York, it must be so hard to make a profit because there's so many of them.
Right.
Which makes no sense. If they're so expensive, I just don't understand how there's a one on every single street corner.
now they got like food truck essentially.
Yeah, those food truck ones are like fake, like those. They're
Are
like,
they?
more-
I don't know.
Yeah, I used to like buy them when I was like younger, like when I would go to the city, and like pretend that we got high from them, but like you don't really feel anything. But like the I feel like the weed stores in like Martha's Vineyard and stuff, like they probably make so much money. But I just don't know like how these stores in New York make money when there's just so many.
Right.
I also don't know how they can sell shroom bars. 'Cause shrooms are
I don't
Yeah.
think they can.
I don't
think they just do.
Yeah.
just do okay. And then those shroom bars, I don't know if they're always shrooms because I've tried them. And
Oh
like,
my
one
God.
time I had a great time. The other time I was like, I do not feel like I'm on shrooms right now, but I was definitely on something.
Yeah, even the weed that I get, like there was a time when bodegas, I mean, they still do, but bodegas sell weed. And I think I bought like a pre-roll from a bodega, and there was something in there. I don't know if it was crack or what, but I felt like I was outside of my body. Like I was looking at myself from outside and I could see myself moving. It was the craziest experience.
Probably kitty litter. They all have bodega cats. Do you know why they have that?
Why?
Keep the mice out.
Right.
That makes sense.
Did you guys see yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, the government releasing the
UFOs?
the info that the UFOs essentially are real and they have like Martian bodies and ships.
Yeah, they said they have non-human biologics,
Right.
which, who knows what that is.
That could be a cat.
Could be a cat, but if it was found like in the UFO, then you assume like, all right, it was from the pilot, which I don't know if like a cat's going to be piloting
fair.
a UFO. But it could be like an interdimensional being. It could be like humans from the future. No, it's non-human. Some sort of AI creature that like future humans built, and then they figured out time travel and
Like
they're
Arrival?
they're like sending these like biologic robots back in time.
Yeah, I didn't look into
who
that.
knows?
Like, what
I feel
what
like
was it? It was like some congressional shit. Like they had a
I
hearing.
mean, it looks pretty official.
Yeah,
Not a news guy by any
very
means.
official.
It was like a
Crossed my
whistleblower. Like, yeah, but I feel like at this point, it's like we've been hearing it for so long that aliens are real that it's kind of just like, okay, and it's just like average news, I feel like at this point.
It was the same guy from a couple weeks ago that like said these things. It was just he was under oath this time.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
I guess what I said was like, there's no way to prove that he's lying, like unless they searched the entire universe and didn't find anything. So like he could just say it, and how could they prove he's lying?
So do they have the physical?
No.
Oh.
I thought they
well,
did.
no.
Well, he
yeah,
said they did, but how could they
claims
prove he's
do,
wrong?
but he doesn't have them.
Right. Yeah.
So who is he saying has them?
These secret government
Right.
organizations.
So there's no way for them to prove that he's lying.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What government? Which, like our government?
our government.
Okay.
They passed a
Our
new
government.
whistleblower law that if
Not
you
yet, but-
if you want to reveal top secret information and you go directly to Congress, you can't be jailed for it. So that's what he did. Like he went to Congress and he was like, the U.S. government has a UFO retrieval program, and they actually have some of these like UFOs in their possession and some non-human biologics.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, just hopefully before we all die, we get like definitive proof.
Do we have like a background check on this guy? Like, do we know what his deal is? Like, what his history is?
He was like he did have like a pretty like important job. Like they did
Okay.
a background check. He was who he said he was.
Okay, interesting.
You guys
That's
believe in that
crazy.
stuff?
Believe in what?
UFOs? And
Oh, yeah.
Martians?
Totally. It's like we have more universes than we have grains of sand. Like there has to be life on another planet and a universe somewhere.
Right.
There's just no way that there's not, Maybe not in our universe.
I'm Team Alien.
Yeah, I figure probably. I don't care that much though.
No?
Until they decide to get involved in
Right,
my life.
until they come.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're I think they're aliens like here among us.
And
I
that's
feel like
fine.
it just makes too much sense.
Maybe humans were created by aliens,
Hmm.
and we're all part alien. Who
But
knows?
then is that an alien? By definition, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Right?
It's tough to think about.
I don't know. I fuck with aliens. I saw a UFO in November. Za has seen aliens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's all bullshit. It's all fake, man.
What are you talking about? You saw him.
Nah, it's all fake, man. It's all fake.
What is this switch up about?
Aliens all fake, man. I don't need people fucking
government
hounding
got
me.
to
No,
him.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I did
Oh,
see
true.
it.
Okay.
I don't need people
Jack Matt
hounding
got
me.
to
Oh, you didn't see me. Nah, it's not. It's just more annoying. It's like I don't go around telling the story. It's like when people ask me, I'm like, all right, it's happened. Oh no, you're lying. You're lying. So,
Okay, that makes
Oh, I
sense.
definitely believe you.
yeah, no,
Yeah, I believe you too.
thank you. But
Because you not only saw the spaceship, you actually saw the alien, right?
yeah, we were. Of course, I was young, so I'll be very upfront. I don't remember it. It's just I've told the story. I've been telling the story for the past 30-something years of my life, over and over again. So it's more you memorize the story than the actual event. But yeah, we were told to draw. We're told to draw what we saw. 60-something students drew the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah, they have a full documentary on this. I think it's called The Phenomena.
Yep.
And then it's all about Za's school.
Wait, that's
Oh,
crazy.
really?
Zah.
Yeah, yeah.
on
No, this
Netflix,
is
yeah.
like what happened at his school is one of the most well-known UFO stories out there.
Wait, so did
It's
you
like
see it
worldwide
like
known.
landing?
Yeah.
But
Wow.
So it was during recess. It was during recess, and our teachers break time recess. You call it here. Our teachers have they usually because that's the only time that that you're not in class, and that's the one time that they can have their big staff meeting. So we only had two or so members of staff supervising us, so there weren't that many adult eyes then. But one of the ones that was supervising caught a glimpse of it as it was leaving, and that led to Harvard professors and professors from Oxford showing up and doing weird ass fucking
Wow.
experiments. Yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting. That's
sick.
crazy.
If an alien landed and just walked into this office, would you cooperate and ask you to go back on the ship? Would you do it?
No, I would ask what's gonna happen to me? You know what I mean? Can I come back home?
I feel like the first person to make contact with the alien is essentially representing the entire human race.
Right.
So you have to be very peaceful.
I wouldn't want that job. I don't think I'd do a
would
good
take it.
representation.
I think I would take it.
Because
Donnie, you would
if
you would
resist,
do a
they
great
probably
representation
just
of the human
destroy you.
race, I think.
Good.
Because you know so
Cultural
many. Yes.
disaster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you can live in China, you can
Start
live in
speaking Chinese.
live in an alien spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think if we got definitive proof of aliens? What would that do to the super religious people out there? You think that would really?
I feel like they would refuse to believe it, even if
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Are aliens not does that not comply with religion?
I don't
Well,
think
I
it's
guess-
Because I feel like
documented.
God made man. They never said God made aliens.
Fair point. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, a lot of people think all of the angels in the Bible are actually just references to aliens and things like that.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
You haven't watched enough Ancient Aliens.
No, I haven't.
Speaking of Ancient Aliens, I'm sure you'll notice I'm not wearing my shades. I've been trying to phase them out around the office. But if you ever wanted to see me not wearing shades before today, you could watch Ancient Aliens. Because me and Vibs went to the Area 51 raid that was supposed to happen 4 years ago. And I was standing at the gate of Area 51 at 4 a.m. And then there was a bunch of people being like, oh, we're going to raid. And there was a film crew there filming for Ancient Aliens. And they asked to film an interview with me and said I couldn't wear the shades. And then 2 months later, I popped up on the show. Just fully doxed my full name, my hometown, not wearing shades. And I was on multiple substances at the time. I came across as fairly sober in the clip, though.
You went to Area 51. What was your intention?
Well, that was when there was they had
Twitter,
organized this
yeah.
huge festival outside of Area 51. What prompted it? I forget. Wasn't there some?
I
It was
don't
like a
remember.
Facebook group.
Yeah,
It was
started off as
what
a
if we all
Facebook-
went to Area 51? They can't stop all of us. It was a meme.
So this was January 6th for aliens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trey, you don't
Except it
recall
didn't,
this at all?
Didn't
No.
everyone-
Didn't actually
everyone was-
happen.
was too much of a pussy.
Yeah.
Everyone was just there. It was the biggest group of weirdos I've ever seen. They're all doing that
Can't imagine.
Naruto run everywhere. You know
that?
That's when you put
when
your
you run with
behind you. And then they were okay, we're all going to meet at the gate at 4 a.m. And there was a huge group of people there. And then all the guards were standing out front, sort of just laughing at all of us.
I feel like, and I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I feel like the people who go to that are more the nerdy type.
Yes.
So they were probably a little bit more scared of actually going into a government facility. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whereas-
like
As
all the
opposed to
guards.
all those jocks that were at January
Yeah.
6th.
Whereas like those are more like brutes. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, like all of the guards were just sort of laughing, and people out front were having fun and like singing songs. But they were like, "If you do cross this line, we will shoot you."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So that ended things pretty quickly.
Yeah, people were doing like fake runs towards the gate, and then like at one point there was a group of 30 people running towards the gate, and then they all just like stopped at the gate. They were like, "All right,
What were they expecting to be like let in?
I don't know."
Like,
I mean, I think they were just like hoping to film a YouTube video or like
Yeah.
film some TikToks at the gate and call it a day.
that makes sense.
Area 51's not a building, right? It's like an actual like territory.
Yes.
Like land.
Apparently, I heard it's like the size of Rhode Island or something.
Oh.
Wow.
It's like huge. So
Where is it? Arizona, New Mexico,
Nevada.
Nevada.
Can you like
It's like
see it
an
on Google
hour.
Maps? Oh,
It's like an hour and a half from.
wait, was
Las
that it on the
Vegas?
screen?
But yeah, I think it's the size of like. So even if you snuck into Area 51, you're not going to find much. You're probably going to die of thirst before you find anything.
Is it like is there stuff like? Well, you probably don't know, but
Like,
yeah, it's like, is there like an underground building? But like, you would have no idea if there was, right? Or is
No,
there?
I have no idea, but that's what
People think, right? Okay.
And they say the
It's
like,
sand, isn't it?
government says it's just an area where they test like new sorts of aircraft and stuff.
Okay.
But
It sounds like the perfect cover for
yeah,
UFOs, no?
it does.
Objectively,
Yeah.
even though I'm Team Alien. What is this? Okay.
So that's like what comes up for Google Images.
That's it? Like this little, like,
Wait, can you do like satellite
Gate?
mode?
you could just walk right under that.
I don't think so, Jay.
That thing?
Yeah, but you get
stop
shot
sign?
in the head.
There's a
By a
pretty big
sniper.
fence.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely not the gate you approached, right?
I think that is.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, that's like a gift shop outside of Area 51.
Yeah, yeah, I assume so.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, no, but I think that is the gate where we were.
Right. Okay, so that's where they test the aircraft, I'm assuming. So that's the decoy.
Mm-hmm. I think you got to go underground, like
Mm-hmm.
in the movie Independence Day.
Great movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like a town nearby that's just all alien themed.
That would be so fun to go to.
I mean, I had a good time.
Did you see the new Wes Anderson movie, Asteroid
No.
City? It's kind of like the vibe of Area 51, I feel like.
Are there
There's like
are there any aliens in there?
Yeah, yeah, an alien comes down. It's very funny. It's not one of his best movies, but I recommend it. It's good.
I used to, and this is a long time ago, I haven't done this in at least a decade. I used to have an Independence Day impression in my bag. You guys want to hear it?
Of Will Smith?
No, of the alien. Speaking through the doctor.
Oh, when he's using his vocal cords? Oh yeah, I would love to hear that.
I haven't done this in a really long time. Rollies. What do you want? Rollies. What do you want from us? Die. And they shoot him up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't recall that scene, so
Oh,
Oh, that's like the
I remember
big
that
reveal of
clearly.
the alien.
the
Yeah.
only scene I remember from that movie is like when he's like carrying his fuck, I'm forgetting the name, when he falls out of the sky and he has a parachute. Yeah, 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 and he's walking through the desert. It's like the only scene I remember from Independence Day. Don't know why.
It's got to be one of my favorite movies.
One of the original summer blockbusters. I think it came out
Yeah.
on July 4th. Or
Yeah, it came out on
right in
July
that
4th.
week.
I think I saw it on July 4th.
I think that was the first movie I ever saw twice in theaters.
Wow.
Big summer blockbuster. Speaking of area of Nevada, not really. Road trips. So a bunch of us are going to drive to Chicago pretty soon. Connor's going on Monday. What's the best road trip you guys have ever been on?
College tour that we did in the fall. We did 3 weeks on a tour bus. Me, Bree, Grace, and Hannah.
Oh,
Did the
sick.
college tour. Yeah, it was super fun.
Where'd you go?
We started at Michigan State, my alma mater, and then we went to Wisconsin, and then Ole Miss, Auburn, Georgia, South Carolina.
That's a long ass drive, no? From
Wisconsin to Ole Miss. Yeah, it was very long. We stopped in St. Louis for the night. Terrible city.
Yes.
And then,
The baseball
it's
stadium looks
not great.
awesome.
I
There's
didn't
like a
see
big
it.
bar across the street
We
from
went
it.
to the
Yeah, that's probably the
Arch.
coolest thing in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to the Arch. That's about it. And then I believe we went to a Ruth's Chris in the hotel, but that's all we did in St. Louis. And then it was so much fun. Very draining, but so much fun.
3 weeks is a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, a long time. We slept in hotels. We didn't sleep on the tour bus, which was nice. But yeah, we spent a lot of time on the tour bus. And with Bree and Grace, I thought that we were gonna they were gonna be like partying and it would be crazy on the tour bus and stuff. But most of the time we just slept and did work.
Right.
But it was very fun.
Is traveling with Bree like traveling with a rock star when you actually arrive at the college campuses? Like,
Yeah, I would. It's probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. The way that these people react to when they see Bree and Grace, like it is very, very cool. And these kids just love her so much. And like when they throw these parties, like it's more dominantly girls, and these girls just go crazy for them, and it's so cool and it's wild to see. My first time ever going on a tour with them was Boulder. And that was a bit more chill because, the West Coast presence isn't as much there. But then we went to LSU, to Fred's, and they were on stage like they were like Beyonce.
performer? Yeah.
And all of Fred's was packed, and it was crazy. It was so crazy. Very cool.
Yeah, when I traveled around with Nick and KB, we didn't really get that same The bus never got swarmed,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
No, the bus never got swarmed, but someone would see the bus and then the girls would come and drive up, and then another girl, and we'd be like, fuck, we have to move the bus behind like a building. Like we can never park the bus at a hotel because people would come. And when we went to South Carolina, Josh Richards came with us, and it was like nothing I've ever seen before because they were doing like a man on the street on campus, and we literally we didn't have security because we just went by ourselves. And we had to like grab them and run for our lives. And there was crowds of people chasing us. Like when the Jonas Brothers released their album in Times Square, it was like that.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah, she's enormous now. And you're moving into the PMT studio to Big Cat?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're very excited.
What about you guys? Road trips?
I've never really done one like where you're stopping at multiple places or anything like that.
Did you get to here? You flew?
Flew, yeah. Just
Moved
truck took all my shit, and then I flew here.
Have you ever done the drive?
No. Or when I was in high school to come see a Yankee game with my family.
Okay.
The shittiest road trip I ever had was the multiple times I drove back to Canada after the Nantucket weekend, Fagawi, with my friends. Like, we'd have to leave at like 6 a.m. and be on the road for like 14 hours to get back. Yeah, it was awful. So, no, that's not a good road trip. But, yeah, I've never done like a true road trip where you stop at a bunch of places and shit like that.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I have either.
You do one, Donnie?
Yeah, so me, Nick, and KB for season 2 of Rediscovering America, we filmed the first 3 episodes in just one 12-day road trip, which we started in New York, and then we drove to Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh to Cleveland, then we went to Put-in Bay, and then from Put-in Bay we drove to Buffalo, Rochester, and then back to New York.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the only time we got swarmed, this was a separate trip in Los Angeles when we just paid fake paparazzi to follow us around on the Hollywood Strip. And then it kind of worked because once people saw paparazzi taking all these photos of us, then a bunch of other people gathered around too.
That's funny.
And KB, who's that TikToker that KB used to have beef with?
Oh, Jacob Sartorius.
Sartorius, yes, yeah. He was just I forget if you pull up the clip, but he was just
he was blocked by Jacob Sartorius, and Jordan Woodruff used to do this show Blocked, and I produced it, and KB explained the whole story. It's so funny. He would just tweet at him the most absurd shit ever.
He threatened to beat him up.
yeah, and he's 12 years old. He was he was 15 at the time, I would say, or 16 around. And
a lot of spunk. Yeah. I'm pretty sure KB could take him though.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. On a road trip, you're certainly going to be drinking some High Noons. If you're a tequila lover who is never satisfied with malt hard seltzer offerings, you're going to love the new High Noon Tequila Seltzer, premium hard seltzer. I'm drinking one right now. Strawberry is my absolute favorite. Clean finish because it's made with real Blanco tequila and real juice. Only 100 calories. It's gluten-free. No added sugars. High Noon Tequila Seltzer is available nationwide in 4 crisp flavors. Strawberry, my favorite. I really like the lime, grapefruit, and passion fruit. High Noon Tequila Seltzer is awesome outdoors, especially in the pool, lake, beach, golf, or tailgating. Look for them at Drizzly at your local convenience or liquor store, or visit highnoonspirits.com to find it near you. What's your guys' favorite place to down a nice, cool high noon in these hot summer? It's like 96 degrees
Beach.
today.
High
On a
noon's
boat.
Yeah. Oh, nice pick.
Yeah.
You get seasick?
Not on. No, I get seasick if you're on a boat and you can't like see land or you can't like see the horizon.
Okay.
Or if it's like in the middle of the night. But yeah, if you've got like the sight of land to kind of ground you, I'm good.
I have a bit of an irrational fear of boats. I don't like boating in the open sea. It scares me. I don't know why. I think I'm scared of drowning, and I think the submersible kind of scared me. And now whenever I get on a boat, I'm like,
Is that what the
very
thing
anxious.
is called?
The submarine, yeah, the submersible.
Titanic thing?
Use its
Yeah.
government name.
I was like 2,000 feet underwater. Or something.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm very scared of the ocean. Maybe it's more scared of the ocean than I am of boats, because I'm fine on a boat like when we're in like an inlet or a lake, you know, but the ocean just scares me a lot.
Yeah. You've seen like the perfect storm with like
Joshi guy.
bajillion-foot waves and stuff like that. That stuff is terrifying.
Yeah, like a tsunami. Like sharks. Sharks are my favorite animal, but they're also what I'm scared of the most.
See that?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
at all.
I
can
think sharks
be-
are super cool, but very scared of getting bit by a shark.
I'm scared of whales.
Huh. I used to actually
too
swim
big.
with whale sharks like all the time.
You used to?
Yeah.
Okay. I swam with them once in the Philippines. It was like the coolest thing I've ever done.
It
But,
was, yeah. When so till around like 2015, 2016, my parents owned a condo in La Paz in Baja, California. So that strip of land underneath California. And the Sea of Cortez is like one of the most diverse seas of sea life. And they have whale sharks. And they're literally like 150 yards out from where my parents' condo was. So they have boats and stuff, and you can take boats out. And they're very, very protected. But you just jump right in with a snorkel, and they're right there, and it's freaking crazy. And they just sit sideways or on a slant, open their mouths, and just suck in all the water to eat all the
yeah.
krill. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very cool.
If you end up in a whale's mouth, it's completely accidental.
Yeah. They couldn't be they couldn't be more nice. Like
Yeah.
I think just anything, and I've been snorkeling, anything that I see that I feel in my head is too big.
it is very scary. Like you know that they're not going to do anything to you, but just the pure size of them
Yes,
is
exactly.
very intimidating.
Yeah. I was snorkeling once. I saw a rainbow fish, and it was maybe this big. I turned around and I swam, I don't know, maybe probably not a quarter mile, but like what felt like a quarter mile to the boat. Was like, this isn't for me.
Fish?
A
It
rainbow
was
fish.
huge.
I once saw a barracuda, like it was ginormous, and I tweeted last night. I was like, I have an irrational fear of barracudas. Whenever I snorkel, I'm always scared that a barracuda is gonna come and bite me.
Yeah. I've also heard that barracudas just like really shiny
Yes,
things.
and
so-
I swim with my jewelry on.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
you're
which is really-
barracuda's wet dream.
yeah, literally. So when I was swimming in the ocean, like recently, I was like, I feel like a barracuda is gonna come out at any moment, so I immediately got out of the water. But barracudas are, Finding Nemo,
Of course.
when the mom gets killed, that's a barracuda.
Ooh, spoiler.
Yeah, sorry. If you haven't seen Finding Nemo, sorry. But yeah, that's what kills the mom. Those big ass skinny fish with the big teeth.
Is it like a snake?
No, they have fins.
Okay. I don't think I've actually seen Finding Nemo.
Are you sure you saw a rainbow fish? Because they look like the size of a goldfish.
I don't know. I don't know if it's
maybe it was a
rainbow fish.
parrotfish?
It
It
was
was a
maybe
sunfish.
Or a sunfish.
maybe.
Those
It
are
was-
really big.
It was a fish that was rainbow colored. I'm just saying
Oh, okay.
rainbow fish doesn't exist, but yeah, it was probably about this big and too much.
Could have been a parrotfish. Those are multicolored. Where were you?
I don't know. I think maybe the Caribbean,
Yeah, it was definitely probably a parrotfish or something like that.
probably.
I'm surprised you can snorkel because I saw you tread water, and that seemed to be like
Not great.
struggle. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Is
Right,
it?
because you can easily tread water for over an hour, you said.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I actually, funny enough, I rewatched that video today of my original one, and I went just over 4 minutes. I probably could have gotten to about 4.5, maybe close to 5. Caleb was poking me with a broom,
Yep.
which made it, and I tried to get him out of there, and I just grabbed it. But I made it about 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Pathetic performance. I'm just not an aquatic person. I'm not a good swimmer. I'm okay. I can survive, I think. I guess maybe that's the wrong term because I'm not a strong
Yeah, I guess I would just
shredder.
stay away from currents.
Yeah. No, the stories with like riptides, like I'm not going in past my waist.
Yeah, my dad got
Probably
caught in a
ever
riptide
again.
once. It was very scary. for him.
Survived?
Yeah. Yes, he's alive.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, that shit's really scary.
Yeah, that's why I'm scared of the ocean. Because there's just
Oh, yeah.
so many things that can go wrong.
Yeah, and they're all foreign.
Yeah. Yeah.
That book, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. How big is a league? Is that
Is that a measurement?
Yeah, I don't
Has
even
to
know
be,
what that
right?
is.
What?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a famous book.
Very famous book. Yeah.
Oh, but what's a league?
Oh, I don't
yeah.
know. I don't
yeah, I
know.
don't know how long a league is, but that's.
I also
a great
don't know the book, but I was asking
You don't know
about
the
league. No.
Captain Ahab?
Oh, I've heard of him.
Oh.
I didn't know that was.
It's not that
Captain
book.
Ahab is Moby Dick.
Yeah.
No. Who's the guy that has a sub in 20,000 Leagues? Oh, Captain Nemo.
Oh, is that
Right?
who it
Might be
is?
it,
I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Okay, I haven't heard of him.
I only know the name of the book.
Captain
I don't really
Nemo.
know anything
I
else.
did read
besides
this
it.
book when I was like 10 years old.
So he was, yeah, and Captain Nemo in that book
It
was
refers
just
to
like,
the distance, not the depth traveled. Okay.
that, yeah. So I think in that book, he's like a really rich guy who has this sub, and then I was always wondering, I was like, why doesn't Elon Musk have his own just like private like sub? And then after the whole Titanic thing, it was like, yeah, maybe subs aren't the best idea.
I don't think I would ever get into a submarine.
Stick with a yacht.
Yeah, that shit's terrifying.
Yeah.
Before the whole-
No, totally.
I think it'd be pretty cool before that. Like if you're doing it in like
I'm sure it
calm
would,
waters,
but I'm too.
if you-
I wouldn't want to be.
if you can get out yourself, I feel like it's not that bad.
Me and my friends had we bought a boat that could sleep 6 people, and I didn't even like being in that thing, like down in the
Underneath.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like in the bed. It was just too cramped. I was like, I don't like this.
You ever been on a cruise ship?
No, never.
I would never in a million years go on a cruise ship
I've heard too.
Why?
because it just
Midnight
seemed,
buffets, unlimited ice cream.
The idea of a cruise ship for sure. The actual going on a cruise ship with like thousands of people in a big ass boat. It's just like again, it's too scary for me.
Saw my first titty on a cruise ship. Single.
I'd
One titty.
imagine a lot of titties come out on cruise ships.
Yeah. People are doing like crazy dives and shit.
She was just like adjusting and trying to get a sunbath, and I was probably like 12 years old, and I was like, oh my God.
I would do like a private or like a small cruise, like with like 50 people.
I went with like my family. It was like extended family. I think there were like 12 or 15 of us. So it was
Did you do like Disney cruise?
no, it was I don't know, Carnival or Royal Caribbean,
Carnival,
something like that.
Bill Burr just talks way too much shit on cruises and cruise people that I would never do it. I'd just feel trashy if I went on a cruise.
Tim
As-
Dillon as well.
As
Yeah, he
a
does too.
teen, one of the funner things you can do because
Don't they
you
have
can
like the
be with-
teen clubs?
yes, but they're like also once you get out
They
into
get
international
down and dirty in the
waters-
teen clubs.
once you get out into international waters, like
Oh, you can
I think I
drink.
could go to a casino and drink at like 16,
Yeah, that's fun.
which was like incredible.
The one time I went on a cruise, I think I was 13 or maybe 12. No, I was 12. So I wasn't allowed to hang out with the teens. I had to hang out with the tweens. And
It's just 11
so,
and 12.
like, my older brother, all of my cousins were just like doing cool shit, drinking with the teens. I was in the tween club,
Ugh.
and there was this chick. She was not the best looking girl, and she started like stalking me around the cruise. She was also in the tween club, and it ruined the entire trip. Every time I walk around the cruise, I was just trying to hide from this lady.
Yeah, I've heard like people like have like their cruise boyfriends, like they meet your like lovers in the teen club and you drink
Okay.
and like people get crazy on cruises.
Yeah, it's not me.
You're just looking at one titty.
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
Yep.
Was it like a mom's?
No, it was like a hot woman.
Let's go.
It's good. Very rarely do you get the single boob.
No.
There was a trend on TikTok where I was scrolling on TikTok on whatever, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the TikTok was a Morgan Wallen song, and the caption was, if you hear your man listening to this song, like, take his phone from him or something. Or listening to this sound. So I clicked on the sound, and it was just these women facing the camera, and then they would turn around and just pop one boob out. And that was it. That was the trend.
What's the hashtag?
When I told my guy friends that, they asked the same thing, and I went to go show them, and then they were all taken down.
Ah.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just like a one-time thing, but it was probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. They were just one boob popping out every single time.
Would you rather have one large boob or 3 smaller ones?
I don't
feel
know.
like one would look really weird.
Yeah, I
Three would
feel
look
like
weird,
maybe
but, like,
3 smaller ones.
3 like, because in the human eye to mind, it's like symmetry is beautiful classically, right?
Yeah.
So 1.
And then it'd just be like hanging, like.
3 is also not symmetrical though.
I know, but like it kind of
4 would be
looks a
sweet.
little bit more.
Yeah, 4 is what you're shooting for.
4 would just be like
Udders.
cow udders.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about for balls? Would you rather have 1 large ball or 3 small ones?
Well, funny you should ask. My old roommate had testicular cancer, and no, he's fine, and he's funny about it. He would. Most normal people are like, yeah, put in a prosthetic so it looks symmetrical. He just went with 1 because he thought it was funny, and he would like always whip it out, and there would just be like one deflated side of his sack. So I'm gonna go with more because it does look weird, although funny.
So I was going through old Yak clips today, and when we met Sweet Potato, is it Sweet Potato Pat? Is that who it was?
I think that's the name, yeah.
It was Nick's friend who has the one
yes.
giant nut. That was one of the crazier videos. We all went in there and like went in groups of like 1 to 3 people.
Oh, I
and then
remember
we're
that, I think.
revealed this testicle. It was like it almost like
God, I can't believe what I just witnessed. Sass, you have no idea
I
what
think
you're
I was
about to
watching
see.
this at home, and I was like, I can't believe I'm watching guys look at someone else's balls.
That's 1 ball.
It's incredibly impressive how quickly you guys are able to pull up these clips.
Yeah, it really is. Can you just search it on Twitter?
So it was actually huge. Like, was it the size
Oh,
of a grapefruit or something?
it was the
Goat.
size of a sweet. It was a sweet potato. It was.
I think I saw a picture. I didn't see it live, but I remember being aghast. At the
A
size
sweet
of it.
potato?
Yeah, like
I'm
a big
literally
sweet
quaking
potato.
in my boots. I'm so glad I didn't bring Ruiz in.
Wait, did he just have 1 ball? Or just one was
Yeah,
really
2,
big
but
and one was...
really big.
That's crazy. Did he get checked out by a doctor? Make sure he's
I
okay?
think he has. Yeah, I think that like it's fine, and he could. I don't know what the story was. If he can get it, like taken
Shrunk?
down or whatever. But he was like,
That is
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Damn.
yeah, one of the more wild things because I mean, guys just being in locker rooms and stuff, you see enough.
Yeah.
They for the most part similar. This was not similar at all. This was.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah. I don't know how you even deal with that because like there's no way that guy can wear like these shorts or
Like the shorts that KB
like even like
wears.
joggers. That guy cannot wear joggers. I don't know how that guy goes to the bathroom.
Is his... I don't want to ask too.
I don't know if it's I
Yeah.
don't know the logistics of all of that.
Right.
It just sounds like very cumbersome. Good.
Tough life.
I don't know why I saw this. Maybe it was going viral like a decade ago, but like some guy who has like the biggest balls in the world wears like a hoodie upside down. Have you seen this?
I feel like I've
feel like
seen
he might
that
be
a
in
long
Toronto.
time ago.
And he like takes public transportation and he has
Puts
to
them in the hood?
yeah. Well, like they're
Is that-
not bare, like they're in
They're covered.
yeah, they're covered, but like
How does he know that's not just like a tumor? I don't know.
It's like that South Park thing where he puts his balls
Yeah,
in the,
right, yes,
in the
yeah.
grill barrel.
132-pound scrotum.
I mean,
Like, that's just kind of sad. Like, you just have to
Yeah, that's
live
very
your
sad.
Kind of.
that's just like as a tumor.
Yeah, that's
How's he not jacked?
Just from walking around.
Yeah.
Just has massive quads.
I'm having weird. It's just weird. It's just so unfortunate. That's crazy. I wonder if his penis is really small. Like if you,
Yeah,
I mean, comparatively to his
Yeah.
nuts, I would think.
yeah, that's true. Like you
it's
can't have like. There's no
the
way they're
fucking
proportionate.
Dong would
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like the smallest thing possible there.
That would be crazy.
That guy probably shoots the fucking biggest loads.
He's dead.
Oh, shit. Oh man.
Well, rest in peace to him. I'm sure he has.
TJ's laughing his ass off back there.
He doesn't have to carry those things around anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
RIP
maybe
to
he's
that guy.
at peace now. Oh.
49.
I mean,
like,
it was
you
like
know, they
it
could
was
say
like
his-
almost 10 years ago. That's a really funny headline.
They could say his name in the headline. Like, come on, that's not fair to this man. 132-pound scrotum guy. That's just what you're known as in your obituary.
Did they
That's
say how
tragic.
he died, TJ?
I mean,
Like, did he die just from having large balls?
From a non-scrotum health issue.
Oh man, that stinks.
tried to do a backflip, knocked himself out cold.
Damn, that's tragic. RIP to that man. RIP to 132-pound scrotum man, scrotum guy.
TJ, can we hit this wheel?
Oh God.
Yeah, by sitting on the show, you're subject to it. But,
forgot
which could
about
also be
that.
good. We got our wheel reset yesterday.
I hope it's Carbone.
we could all be going to Carbone, which would be huge because everyone wants to go, and we
Yeah,
have
that's
not.
actually.
I don't say we haven't come
My
close.
stomach is
'cause
growling. I'm so hungry.
Bone's the only thing left on my New York bucket list before moving to Chicago. So
Is it
that'd be
really?
Great. Well, I don't know. I can't really think of anything like
Mm.
I really want to do in New York.
There's a
that I
few
haven't-
restaurants that are better than Carbone, I think.
Like,
What is Carbone?
Like
Steakhouse?
Italian
Italian?
restaurant. They lost their Michelin star.
Bernadine. I asked
Bernadine.
Francis. I was like, what's better, Carbone or
Right.
Bernadine? And he almost looked offended. He was like, "Are you seriously asking?"
Yeah,
Of course it's Bernadine.
Oh,
they still have are they 2 Michelin star or 1 Michelin star? 3 Michelin star? Damn.
is that the best?
I think 3, yeah. Carbone's a tad overrated. I've only been there once, and I had to like wake up at like 10 a.m. to get a reservation for like a month in advance.
Every place like that is not going to live up to the hype.
Yeah, but yeah, I've only been to 1 Michelin star restaurant once, and it was fabulous. So I feel like
Broke ass.
if you lose your Michelin star, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I don't know how you maintain it, and this is gonna make me sound dumb, but the Michelin.
It's based off Michelin
is
tires.
Is the Michelin? Is it the same parent company?
Yes.
Yeah. So what it used to be was, Michelin would give people the Michelin stars because it's like worth it to travel to this
Yes,
restaurant
that's it.
via
Yep.
because like Michelin tires, and now it's become like this coveted thing. But yeah,
You ever change a tire?
no, I do not know how to change a tire. I'm very much the typical girl that needs to call their dad when.
Used to be my biggest fear, and I did it once, maybe like 5-6 years ago. A great accomplishment. I don't know if I ever felt more like a man than when I held up that flat tire after I changed it. Like,
And you had a spare tire in your car?
I think all cars come with a spare tire, right?
Yeah, they have like a shitty one
Yeah.
underneath, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not like it's not like as good of quality, so it looks a little bit smaller. It's like a donut, I think.
Yeah,
they
you
call it.
can't like just keep it on the
Yeah,
car.
you drive it for
Oh, okay.
a day or so, and you take it to
Right.
the shop, and they can get you a new one. But
Yeah, no, I don't know anything about like getting the oil change, changing a tire. I also don't drive a car anymore, so it's like, but yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about cars. I
Yeah.
don't even think I'm gonna have a car in Chicago.
Really? Are you living in the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need a car in Chicago? Is it like not a walkable city? I feel like it is. I've been there like once, but only for like 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, there's not as many subways as New York, so it helps. But if you're living downtown, you can get by without one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most about going out there, Donnie?
Having a larger than a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be nice. The lake is a solid substitution for the ocean. I mean, I'm a huge ocean guy. I love it, but when you're on the lake,
It's
feels
like Lake Michigan is like
Yeah,
the ocean.
it's
They have their
enormous.
don't they have their own tides?
yeah, I think so. And it's cool that you can just swim like right off the city. It'd be like if you
Yeah.
could swim right off of Fidei.
You did.
Right.
Yeah, I did. Most people.
Did you
I
get
wouldn't
sick?
Recommend that? No, I was fine. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that for most people, but like in Chicago, you walk along the lake right near the downtown area, and people are just like
Yeah.
floating in tubes. And
Zoopy does a 7
Diving in.
a.m. swim every Friday morning.
I'm gonna join them.
Yeah, you should. It seems awesome.
Yeah,
It's like a lot of people.
I went swimming out there when I was there with Tom Lay in May. I kind of forgot how cold it would
my
be,
God.
so we
Yeah.
jumped in, and I was like, "Oh, fuck this!" But no, it's very cool, like being.
Yeah,
able to
that's
just-
Chicago
very
summers. I
close.
feel like are awesome.
You go there like every other month?
No, not that frequently, but I've visited Tom probably 5-ish times, 5 or 6 probably.
Tom is
Tom Lay,
Rico's cousin.
Rico's cousin. Yeah.
Who,
Rico Bosco?
yeah, what was in New York working for Barstool and then moved to Chicago, who
Yeah.
you remain good friends with and visit often.
Yep.
So he used to be in New York. Me and Tom went out to Chicago just to film some vids for a week. And at the end of that week, I guess the Chicago cameraman at the time had to go to rehab. So Tom got a call from Loud Sean and was like, "Hey, you're not coming back to New York. You're just staying in Chicago." And
Oh my God,
hasn't been back since.
that's fucking.
That's real?
This was 3 years ago.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Obviously, he's come back to visit and stuff. But yeah, he went out with me. It was only supposed to be 5 days. He got a call while he was there that he's now the Chicago camera guy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never had to deal with Loud Sean, but I've only heard crazy stories about him.
Yeah. I like Loud Sean.
Yeah, I don't know him.
I like sober Loud Sean.
I have seen that video of him singing karaoke, which is very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like drunk Loud Sean.
Yeah, I like Drunk Loud Sean too.
Yeah, I'm very sad about everybody moving to Chicago. It makes me very
So
sad.
your best friend is now moved today?
No, she moves on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. We were
Mad dog.
having a bit of a moment yesterday. It was very sad. She
You guys were like,
picked up her
was it
desk.
the rundown chairs or right next to it?
Yeah, we did like a little music video on TikTok and
Okay.
like saying bye to the office, and she has like a going away party tonight, and then yeah, she moves on Monday. I'm mostly sad about her, obviously, but like I'm so sad about like everybody else, like the whole yak. Like it's just I feel like all of my friends are leaving.
Yeah, but I mean, and I already feel like there are some things planned where, we're looking months ahead and it's like, all right, I got to be in New York for this weekend and
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm hoping there's a lot of like cross collaboration where people come and
Yeah,
it's that type of thing. But yeah, it definitely does feel like a big change.
totally feels like a
Sure.
big change, especially as someone that's like staying. I'm just like, damn, it stinks.
I think the first month is going to be tough for us too in Chicago before we can move into the new office.
Mm.
Because their current office is pretty packed, and there's going to be like another 25 people in it.
Right. I've heard that the new office is going to open on time for the most part, with not like fully.
Okay. yeah,
Like the Yak Studio will be open, the PMT Studio will be open, the Cave should be ready, like those type of things. But then
Yeah.
the other stuff they will have to like finish building. But like,
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
based
yeah.
off Hank's video, I was like, it does not look like it's gonna be done anytime soon. It was still like very much like just wood.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how fast all that stuff happens.
Yeah, I mean, it looks ginormous, so it makes sense.
If we can't play roof ball for the first 2 months, I think we'll live.
Mm.
No, because the Roof Ball U.S. Open is September 20-something.
Oh, so they want.
I want to practice.
Oh,
Oh, are you guys gonna
Are
play?
you in that,
Me
Jay?
and KB are going to do it, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think it's been like officially confirmed, but like
Mm.
I fully intend to be in Beaverton, Oregon to,
Oh, it's in Oregon.
yes.
Yeah, that seems so fun. I would love to try to play.
Sometimes I just think about playing and just
I
like,
can't
wish
throw
I
a
could
football
just
like
do this
that,
at my
though.
house.
Yeah,
I don't have a house that could really do that.
any house in New Jersey, I feel like. Like I feel like all the houses.
It was much harder finding a house than you would think. And
Well, I
even the
guess they
house that
need
we
that-
saw, like
that
the founder
pipe.
showed up was like, we can't play a regular. Like you gotta just hit the pole.
Mm. Yeah, you need like a pole on your roof, or a pipe on your roof, right? Is that
Yeah.
not what you hit, a pipe or a pole?
Yeah, you're supposed to like go around it. That's like the ideal.
Oh, okay.
But when we were warming up that day, like going around the pipe is 10 points. Hitting the pipe is supposed to be 5 points. But in warm-ups, we all took like our first throw and like 80% of the people got in a round.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I was thinking like, this is way too, like there has to be some catch. So I actually started practicing just straight on because I was like, there's no way
Yeah.
that this is, and the roof ball guy came and was like, yeah, we can't play it like traditional. So, like, so sometimes you just have to do ping only. So we did ping only.
Interesting.
But yeah, that was a fun thing. When we originally had planned for a booth show, I wanted everyone to bring like a favorite memory from the act, and we just kind of talk through it. You guys are obviously not prepared for that, but is there anything that stands out maybe in your mind, and maybe Za and TJ and Connor can go first to buy you guys some time, but is there any type of moment that stands out for you that just makes you laugh, whether it be a clip or an episode? I think TJ, if you want to queue up, I think the Nick's dad one. This one always makes, whenever I'm sitting in the booth, and I'm usually in the spot Connor's occupying right now, and I'm making clips, something that consistently makes me laugh is when Brandon laughs. Because I think like Nick and KB, especially like back in the old days, used to intentionally do things to try and make Brandon laugh. So whenever and it's not like it's super rare, but whenever Brandon laughs really hard, I always think it's very funny. And whenever KB laughs, which is a little bit more rare, that's also quite a treat. So this was one of my favorite clips from back in the day.
Went well. Me and some of the fellas got together for a fantasy draft. The old man is in my league. He's in our league. Drafted with
Your
us.
straight ass dad?
My straight ass dad. Yeah, first overall pick.
Of course, he loves that shit.
Yeah, he does.
Who did he take?
He must have been drunk or something. He took Eric Decker.
I mean, Eric Decker.
League in 2 years.
Prime for a comeback, though. His great hands, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why Decker.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Did he go back to? Was it chalk after that, or was it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. He was on none of our rankings.
Maybe he knows something. Maybe he knows something that everybody else doesn't know.
This was back in the
Maybe
day
he just
when it
loves
was
Jesse James.
serious, and I don't believe we were officially a YouTube show, just judging by the desk. I think this was in the serious days, so we didn't have video, but you could see it going early on when like Nick and like Brandon's already starting to laugh, and it's like it wasn't like the most like clever thing that's ever been said out of any of those guys, but it's kind of the way it was set up. And the Nick straight dad thing, when it started, had such a funny thing because he would always try and sneak in those jokes, and the Eric Decker thing was just like, maybe the most handsome receiver that's ever walked the earth.
Yeah.
It's very on brand for you to choose a fantasy football team.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But Zar, TJ, did you guys have anything you wanted to share? Connor?
I'll say from my own perspective, like actually being a part of it, because usually I just watch the show. I'm upstairs at my desk, like watching on the laptop. But being here for Case Race 4, the Stinky Cloud was the hardest I've ever laughed. Because I was out there with you, Che.
Yes.
Filming you in the cloud, and I was in the stink with you, essentially. Everybody else is trying to duck from it. I'm like, I still have to film. I have to get the angle.
Did someone fart in the studio, or what was that?
No.
Oh, it was way more than
like
that.
a stink bomb?
Yeah, it was stink bombs and other stuff. So everyone brought in an ingredient or something.
Something that's stinky?
Something stinky too. And we ordered like this tent. So I was going to go in the tent for, I think, did Kate originally get it? Or I got it?
Well, because you got it. No, Kate got it, and then I think you used it for the where
you
you're
guys
like, when your
switched,
coworkers
didn't
won't get boosted or like stuff like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Relatively good.
It's in here. It's in here right now. Why is it in here? Oh, it's so
So
bad.
Za took
Why is it in here?
cut a piece of his dreadlock off and lit it on fire.
Oh, it just hit me.
There was some type of stink bomb. There was some type
This is
of
total chaos, and I love every second of it.
liquid that smelled like
bad
diarrhea.
eggs. Gross eggs.
Shit.
Oh my God! Why is it?
Oh, KB is going for it. KB's going for it.
I just got it. Oh,
Fuck you guys.
That
Fuck you.
that reminds me of the one episode, I don't know what the context was behind the reasoning, but it was like whoever farted could leave the room, and you can't leave until you fart.
That's such a good one.
That was the first one that you guys did was probably, and I have the humor of a 12-year-old, and so farting just makes me die laughing, and that was probably one of the funniest like compilations I've ever watched of you guys like holding the mics up to your butts and farting, and some of the farts were so funny and so gross. Like
when Doug's came in.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like if you can't fart, you can get like a celebrity shot from the office.
He just walked in and
Kate picked up and
it was the
and got
perfect
Doug's.
fart.
Well,
Can you please pull that up if you have it?
the best part about that was the 1-2 punch, because it started off with Roan asking one of Glennie's angels, do you poop out of that thing?
To avoid that.
To avoid that.
To
So he
avoid
got
having
out
a
of it,
fart.
and then immediately afterwards, or it was either right before or right after, then Doug's lets out the poop.
He had walked into the studio for 20 seconds and was like, he didn't know what was coming.
Thank you, dogs. Thank you.
He had just had 5 Guys. I know that.
Really?
Yeah. So
That is so unbelievably funny. Oh my god. Yeah, and like I don't know if it was Big Cat or someone, but someone had like the squeakiest. Like it was just so funny.
I enjoyed,
leave until
speaking
you
of
fart.
gross shit like that, one of my favorite moments doesn't even involve regular Yak Crew, when Quiggs came on and talked about shitting himself at the Indian wedding.
All over his Kurta.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That sticks out to me.
Quiggs is an all-time character, graphic god.
you guys have like a really wide reach. So I found it hilarious when you spent the entire Yak making fun of that guy who did the rizzed up Livy.
Oh, yeah,
Livy
yeah.
Gronk, rizzed up Livy. And then like right afterwards, he tweeted a photo of him wearing Yak merch. Oh, come on, guys. I'm a fan.
Sound off in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the sass like imitating him, that
Yeah,
TikTok
that was so funny.
killed me. I watched that so many times.
So one of the ones that Big Cat would do would always make me laugh too. When he's like, the weekend won't pop his top off, but Drake tops his pop off all the time. He couldn't like get it right. It was so funny.
He went through a big stage, and this was like pretty recently, where he just
doing
had
those
the
videos.
ring light, and he
Yeah.
would,
The one with
counted you were doing
Sydney
those
Sweeney
with him.
is also a really funny one too.
We might be done with that. I don't know if he wants to do those anymore.
That's fair.
Because he would say sometimes when we would record, I'm like, I feel so dumb doing this. But it was fun. It was interesting to edit, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that comes to mind is just recency bias, but when I was on the show and we did Fishbowl and Kate said Charlotte Johansson, that was so funny. I don't know if you guys
This was
remember.
the tank race, the fish.
No,
tank race?
this was when we played Fishbowl. Like it was
Salad
like
bowl,
3
salad
weeks
bowl.
ago. Oh yeah, salad bowl. Sorry, that my friends from college call it Fishbowl, but I forget what the paper said, but someone said she said Charlotte Johansson instead of Scarlett Johansson, and it was so funny.
That game always.
Yeah, it always makes me laugh.
Sorry, TJ, did you have any ones from your years of experience doing this show?
My favorite episode was when we the Nick toe surgery episode.
Oh yeah.
That entire sequence, I think I just cry laughing the entire episode.
Is that when he had like a
goose out of the box?
He had an ingrown toe,
Oh,
so
ingrown
we
toe,
had
yeah.
KB try to remove it.
The
but
toenail, yeah,
It
yeah,
turned
yeah.
into literally them just doing surgery on Nick's foot with like, I had like hospital music, like ambiance playing in the background, and then security guard Dan whipped out like a
Oh yeah, the bottle of
gigantic
vodka.
bottle of
Yeah, that was
vodka.
so funny.
That's an all-time.
I think that's my favorite
Yeah.
episode.
And that like even became a meme, that picture of him like holding up the bottle of vodka out of the backpack.
Yeah.
Or was that different?
No, that was it.
The same, yeah. Yeah, that was so funny.
What about you?
So on the farts trend, the one that sticks to me, your BFF, I think was her first appearance. We had the little
oh yeah, they did the fart prank
the
on
fart
her.
machine. That thing sends me
Yeah.
every single time I see it.
She kept her cool, and
Yeah, oh,
she
yeah.
was
Bro,
just
she kept
talking
going.
through
She
the
just
whole
kept going.
thing.
She just kept going. It
So
sends
this
me.
was This was when we had
Northeast Ohio.
a machine that would fart.
Akron
That's
deal,
And this is like her first day.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay.
Did you get to try them?
Those are
Oh, is that
not the
Blue Haven
best
on
spots for
Megan?
This is very early in her bar. So I don't think
Yeah,
it's her
she
first
looks
day.
so young.
But we asked.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Yeah.
I was
And
at Blue Haven
best
on
spot for
Megan.
Meg.
And
Who peaked as a show?
yeah, this is day.
You got
So it's like Red Bull.
he said something like
It's the best episode
he
ever.
does talk like he's from Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, she's like no, she's just not even like acknowledging it at all.
Yeah, that and then more recently, Che, your brand new. I see this clip every single time and I die. The brand new way to piss
Oh yes.
sends me.
Yeah, any like
every
out of pocket
single
Che
time.
moment.
Every single time gets me.
Yeah. That's a million views on TikTok, right?
I think it's at like 1.3 million or
Let's
something
go,
like that, and then
Jay.
it did insanely well on Instagram too. People love the new way to piss.
Yeah.
Summer 2023.
I saw some people doing it when I was at the beach.
There are also a bunch of comments where it's like, who the fuck is this guy?
The way you just end the argument with Brandon, like he's dead. He has no way to respond. He's a dead.
Oh, is that the checkmate?
Yeah, checkmate. He's like 20 feet under
Yeah,
the ground.
that's so funny.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, Brandon gets so much shit from everyone, and like kind of deservedly so. He brings it on himself, but I do miss Brandon and being around him as part of the show because he's a fun guy to interact with.
Yeah, fun is a tough word for me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. He was never really that nice to me.
really?
Not very bubbly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I disagree. He DMs me all the time. Check in.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice guy. I like
Yeah.
Brandon.
What does he say to you over DM?
Check. The last thing he said to me was.
Yeah, like I'll walk by in the
Like
hallway
Katie Stats.
and be like, "Hey," and he'll be like, "Fuck you," and I'm just like, "Okay." Like, how are you? Shut up.
On Saturday at 11:49 a.m., he said, "Let's dominate today."
This is an unlikely
Yeah,
friendship
yeah.
that we've discovered.
Yeah, it's pretty regular.
I would have assumed you guys have never spoken.
Oh no, me and Brandon are cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow, that's great. He's very into Suits right now.
The
Is
show.
he?
Show, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used to love that. I used to watch that. I loved Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle,
Now I could use a little less, but back in the day when she was on
She's-
Suits, loved her.
Yeah, she's out of touch with
You're
reality.
a princess, right?
What's that?
You're part of the Commonwealth, so like.
Yeah, true.
No,
yeah,
they're not a part of the royal family anymore.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, they abdicated, or I don't know if that's the right word for prince, but yeah, he like left his renounced his duties.
Yeah.
TJ, I got a clip that I think would be challenging for you to pull up. I think it was young Dolph. Shortly after his death, KB said something terrible. I'm not sure you clipped that. Yeah. But that was one of my favorite moments.
Something cool got shot yesterday.
I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah, that made me laugh quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't think that we clipped that, but that clip does exist.
Yeah, it exists
somewhere.
Yeah. I couldn't find this clip. I'd love it if somebody could DM it to me. Back in when we used to do Friday Vibes, which RIP, those were very, very fun. And we had music rights on Sirius when Nick did the Nickelback song with Chad Kroeger. Do any of you guys know what I'm talking about? Where he was like,
which song?
Chad Kroeger waiting to come. Was it Rockstar?
I think it was Rockstar. I think I remember now what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't quite hit.
I didn't know the yak.
I was looking for it earlier today. I could not find it. I put together like my top couple yak clips, and that would have certainly been up there, but I could not find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you guys have anything else? Anything heading into the weekend?
Watch my Everest series.
Conclusion just aired. The finale just aired. Yeah.
Yeah. Big Cat has a cameo, and then I dropped a Stella Blue music video in the middle of it.
It's been fantastic, by the way.
It came out well, I think.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Who shoots your stuff?
Michelangelo was
Oh, right.
with me on that trip.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then I called up Big Cat and was like, I need a copter back to Kathmandu, or else I would have had to hike for like 6 days. And I was like, if you pay for the copter, I'll make you a Stella Blue music video up at base camp. And
Oh, yeah.
he was just like, well, expense it to Barstool and say that I said it was okay.
Yeah.
And then if they don't pay it, I'll just threaten to quit. And that's what I did. And the helicopter got paid for. He got his music video. It was a happy
Is it
ending.
still expensive in where is Mount Everest again?
Nepal.
Nepal. Yeah. Okay.
It ended up just being $950 per person, which I mean, like, it's not horrible. but, like,
$950.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than I figured it would be. Honestly.
Yeah. No, I thought
Yeah.
it was going to be like $3K a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Brewing Up the Blue. Definitely watch it. You can pull it up. It's only like 2 minutes long or something.
Yeah, let's air that Stella Blue music video.
Yeah, we'll do some promo.
Salmon Sunset one
That have
was
copyrighted
so
music?
good.
No, I've shout out Riffy Beats. He made the beat for me for free.
Hell yeah, Riffy.
And then we have to spin the wheel too? Or?
We did spin
We
the
already
wheel.
did.
Oh, we
Right.
did. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Can we play one game of Sport Call? It's fine.
The audience is not big fans of sport.
Oh, really?
is
They're
what
not?
what I've learned.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, we get messages every day. Do not do sport.
Really? Well,
I mean,
guess it's not
especially
fun.
podcast listeners like.
Yeah,
Nightmare.
yeah, that's true. You're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at or hearing, I guess.
You guys playing the Daily Dozen trivia game?
Yeah.
Very fun.
So fun. It's gotten a lot easier after everyone was complaining that it's like
First
I
one
feel
was
like they can never win, and people either say it's too easy or it's too hard. But I love it, and it's good practice for when the season starts back up again. I feel like.
Oh yeah. I keep thinking like because you don't play regularly. You just get notified just like, hey, can you guys play next week or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yes, right. We're not in season.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for the season to start back up again, but I'll never get the sports questions right ever. So.
You're Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, I was.
Good for you.
Thanks. We had a bit of a letdown of a playoff run, but we'll come back stronger next season. Honkers.
Hey Che, do you guys ever miss like not being able to take live callers like you used to do on Sirius?
Yes and no, because I do like the live caller aspect, but you have to think like they're also
I feel like it could
is
be a
another
nightmare.
person that has to like screen those calls.
Yeah.
And then like you have to say, all right, like be on hold or whatever. And so sometimes you'll have whatever it was, 10 phone lines lit up.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to take calls, but we have calls. So yes and no, like Linda from Georgia is a great like legendary caller who would call in from time to time. And
She
now
called into Pick Central last week.
Did she?
Says hi. I forgot to deliver that message.
Yeah, Linda's
a
the
couple
best.
weeks ago she called in.
So yeah, yes, in some aspects, but I think the show, when we started the show was Roan, Carabas, and Big Cat. So
Yeah.
3 people. So like you kind of needed calls. Now the show is 7 people plus the booth. So like, that's more than enough mouths to fill the space. So
sure.
I think it can.
It's also like unpredictable. You never know like what people are gonna say.
Yeah, and
Now
some like all time Yakima ones are calls like Gar, the guy with the Enterprise rental car, which was a really long time ago, which was a deep cut. But yeah, a lot of really good moments are from those. But
Yeah.
You also have not great moments that are calls. So
Yeah.
it balances out. Do we have that Stella Blue
Yeah.
music vid?
Wonton Dawn, Stella Blue Coffee, Everest Base Camp. Check it. What's a man gotta do for a pot of Joe? In a place like this where the copters go, Everest Base Camp where there's lots of snow. If I don't get some coffee, then I gots to go. But that's when I saw something out my dreams. A big fat sack of them magic beans. In my pants I was about to cream. Good thing Base Camp had the right machine. Brewing up the blue for what we about to do. Brewing up the blue, finna take it to the roof. Brewing up the blue, cause we need a little boost. Brewing Brewing up the blue, this cup's for you. But to tell you the truth, I haven't taken a poo in the last 5 days. This shit really ain't cool. Don't wanna go down in history as the constipated fool. Took a trip to the mountains and didn't die in K2, but passed away at base camp cause he couldn't push through. So I called a big cat and told him make me a brew that can loosen my stool, make me go number 2, and put your dog on the front. You know that shit would be cute. Now I'm pooping on the roof of the world. Yeah, I'm pooping, know it all to your girl. Now I'm pooping, got my shit unblocked. Yeah, I'm pooping, Stella Blue on top. Brewing up the blue for what we about to do. Brewing up the blue, finna take it to the roof. Brewing up the blue, cause we need a little boost. Brewing up the blue, this cup's for you. Spent 8 days trekking just to get where I'm at, but now I'm kinda worried how I'm supposed to get back. Never been a big fan of retracing my steps, and the air's so thin I keep on catching my breath. Really miss my hotel pool back in Kathmandu. What would Big Cat do if he was in my shoes? Probably just pay for a helicopter because he's rich, but maybe he'd pay for mine too cause I'm in a pinch. Get a helicopter for about 2 to 3K tops, and that includes both me and Michelangelo.
No matter what, it's paid for. We will try to make Barstool pay for it. If not Barstool, we'll make Stella Blue pay for it. If not Stella Blue, I will quit. Got the green light, the helicopters a go. I know it's hard to say bye, but I'm needed below. Best of luck to my homies who going straight to the top. I hope the weather clears up. I hope your Stella stays hot. If the going gets tough, remember what they taught. When you're thinking you're fucked,
awesome.
you are actually not. Well, you're 40% fucked. Things could be worse. So keep pushing, keep climbing, even when shit hurts. But do as I say though, not as I do. Cause my copter just arrived, paid by Stella Blue. The easy way out never looks so cool. Big Cat Barstool, I do thank you. Brewing up the blue for what we about to do. Brewing up the blue, finna take it to the roof. Brewing up the blue, cause we need a little boost. Brewing up the blue, this cup's for you. Brewing up the blue for what we about to do. Brewing up the blue, finna take it to the roof.
Shout out Stella Blue for getting me a copy.
Shout out Stella Blue. Great way to take us into the weekend.
Hell yeah, that was awesome, Donnie.
Thank you.
Thank you,
How
guys.
long did that take you to make?
Didn't I mean,
write the song?
So like when I was up at base camp, I only had like maybe 4 of the lines written, and then just a general idea of like what I was gonna be rapping about and the rest of it. So then we just like filmed some B-roll shots.
Got it.
And then when I got back, like I don't know, finished the rest in a few days or.
Okay, that makes sense.
Fuck yeah.
Impressive.
Nice. Great way to take us into the weekend. Thank you guys for hopping on the Yak today. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you Monday. It's the Yak.
Peace out.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.